And then you come out of the blue with this show that nobody wanted, and it proves everybody wrong.
Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
Every network in America passed on it.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Because
It was
presumably
tough.
You have something that you believe in.
Yeah. We really enjoyed it. We made a little presentation pilot. We shot it. It was 14 minutes. We took it out to these networks. We showed it around. It had the sort of early stages of what the show would be. We had a script, and network after network, streaming service, cable network. It was just, we came close at one place, and then they said no because of the name. And so we went up to Canada and built it ourselves. And it's really, I mean, you know, it's changed everything about the possibility of creating something. And sometimes we feel like, in my case, at the time, I felt like America was this place where if you can't get it made there, then there's no point. And it wasn't until we took it home and went home, had to go home.
Yeah.
And make it quite literally from scratch, self-finance it, figure out how to get it made, finally got an American network, very, very tiny, teeny tiny American network that was high up on the cable rankings. No one was, I mean, it was, before it was the network, it was the TV Guide network. It was just a scrolling list of what was on television. So we had no expectation for it. And there was a freedom. There was so much freedom we had no interference. We had no real notes. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation that loved the show from when we brought it into them really just supported it from day one. And it became what it was because of that, because of the freedom of being allowed to play around, and because the network in the States needed it, because it was doing relatively well for the network. And because it was working in Canada, we were able to continue to tell the story. And I think the success of Schitt's Creek is in the storytelling. It's in the day one to the last day. That's the experience, because it's such a slow burn that if it were only the first season, I don't think it would have represented the scope of what we really wanted to say. But you had to earn that. And the only way we could do it is to figure it out independently, which has changed my entire relationship to making everything, because it circumvented this entire business in a way. People telling you what's good and what's not, or what's going to work and what's not, what's hot and what's not, what does an audience want and what don't they want. And then you come out of the blue with this show that nobody wanted, and it proves everybody wrong. And that fundamentally should say to people, nobody knows what anyone wants.
Thanks for tuning in. And if you found this video enjoyable, be sure to check out the full episode on your preferred podcast platform. And make sure you're following How to Fail on social media for additional content and updates.